Welcome to your OVC Insider, your weekly update on all the news going on in the Ohio Valley Conference. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Patrick. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter, where you'll find everything that you need to know on what's going on in the OVC.
Football season began this week, and the OVC went 0-4 against FBS teams. Eastern Kentucky played Kansas State and lost to them 10-7 in the final minute and 39 seconds of play.
Now there's still 6 more games left against FBS division, one of which being this week is against Eastern Illinois versus Northwestern.
Eastern Illinois came away victorious in their 100th meeting against Illinois State to win the Mid-American Classic trophy. Coach Bob Spoo and players were interviewed after the exciting game.
I knew we had a special group of kids from the get-go. From day one of our preseason camp, this has been a special group, and they played like it tonight. All I asked for them was to play hard. I thought they played very hard.
We felt, week one, we still felt like this was a must-win game for us. We really wanted it. We had the trophy, Coach Spoo's last season, all the stuff that happened last season. We lost to them in a heartbreaker last year. We really wanted this game.
In an OVC matchup, Jacksonville State beat UT Martin 24-23 in a great game.
But the Gamecocks did most of it without their senior quarterback Marquise Ivory, who got injured early in the game with a broken fibula, and he'll be out for the season.
Now we caught up with Jacksonville State to see what they had to say about their win.
Well, the defense, man. The defense, they played for us the whole game. They kept us in the game. They kept everything going in the offense. We finally got it together at the end, and it was a tough drive. We had to overcome a lot of the stuff in order to get in the end zone. Quez went down in the second half, and Cody stepped up like he always does, and made plays and made things happen.
Talk about your touchdown run, the game-winning touchdown. You look like you drew some contact pretty early in that run, but you look like you weren't going to be denied on that one.
I had to score. Like I was telling somebody earlier, I had to get in the end zone. It was now or never, So it was on the line, so I had to do it.
Speaking of Jacksonville State, this week's game of the week is number 10, Jacksonville State, at number 23, Chattanooga.
Last year, Jacksonville State beat UTC in a great game.
We caught up with Coach Crow, and he had a few comments about last week's game and his upcoming game against UTC.
We gave up a ton of yardage, a lot more yardage than we gained. Like I said, we made enough mistakes to lose 3 football games. But it's what we're going to do about it now that really defines what will be. And I sense a response of urgency on our staff and our football team, and some of that is because of the great respect that we have for Chattanooga. These games have always been very close and very hard fought. They have some players at their positions that are as good as there are in the country, quarterback being one of them. They've got a great environment to play in, and they're going to have their fans there, and it'll be an enormous challenge for us.
With a great opening week in football, we were able to award some of the players with the Adidas Player of the Week.
Our Offensive Player of the Week goes to Cody Blanchard, a quarterback from Jacksonville State. Blanchard came off the bench to replace injured starter Marquise Ivory and led number 9 Jacksonville State to a 24-23 come-from-behind victory over UT Martin in the season and OVC openers for both teams. Our Defensive Player of the Week, Patrick McClellan, a senior from Eastern Kentucky. Patrick was part of the defensive unit that forced 5 Kansas State turnovers and held them to their lowest point total in more than a year, as the Colonels nearly topped the FBS foe before losing 10-7 in the final 2 minutes of the game. Our specialist goes to Jordan Berry, sophomore at Eastern Kentucky. Berry was key in pinning Kansas State deep in its own territory as he punted 10 times in the night and averaged 41.8 yards per punt. And our newcomer of the week goes to Ashawn Ely from Jacksonville State. Making his Jacksonville State debut, the University of Georgia transfer carried the ball 13 times for a team-best 41 yards. He also caught a 43-yard touchdown pass. In volleyball, Eastern Kentucky upset South Florida 3-1 on Friday at the South Florida Invitational.
With EKU winning the first 2 sets, South Florida won the third. It was a great game.
Hannah Burkle and Ashley Edmond came up with a huge block in the 4th and final set. With this strong performance from Eastern Kentucky, 2 of their players were awarded Player of the Week. Our volleyball players of the week goes to offensive player Ashley Edmond, a sophomore of Eastern Kentucky. Edmond led Eastern Kentucky to a 3-1 record at the USF Invitational, including a 3-1 win over the host, Southern Florida. Our setter of the week goes to Abby Svelbar, freshman from Eastern Kentucky. In EKU's victory over USF, Abby had 39 assists and posted a .364 attack percentage. To round out our players of the week, we have defensive player Casey Elswick, Jr. from UT Martin. This is Elswick's second Player of the Week awarded this year. She had 71 digs in 3 matches at the first state Skyhawk Invitational, to move up to second on the school's career dig list.
Cross country had a lot of strong performers in their first week, leaving some of them to be awarded the Adidas Player of the Week.
Our male cross country runner of the week goes to Colin Johnson, a sophomore at UT Martin. Johnson finished 12th in the competitive field of 200 runners at the 9th annual Brooks-Memphis Twilight Classic, hosted by the Christian Brothers University. The sophomore finished the 4-mile course in 20:34:25 against competitors from Arkansas State, Memphis, Ole Miss, UALR, and WKU. Johnson helped pace the Skyhawks team to a 10th place finish out of 22 squads. Our female runner of the week goes to Rebecca Hibtamu, a junior from Murray State. Rebecca was 22nd in the field of 206 runners at the 9th annual Brooks-Memphis Twilight Classic. In her first race with the team after transferring from Central Arizona Community College, Rebecca covered the 5K course in 19:16:78. She helped the racers to a 5th place finish in the field of 25 teams.
In soccer news, we had strong performances from around the league this week. SEMO looks to play my alma mater, Butler University, this week, so good luck to both teams. Here are our soccer players of the week.
Our offensive player goes to Rosalia Loza, senior at UT Martin. In the win over Arkansas State, Loza assisted on the game-winning goal in the 55th minutes before adding a goal of her own just 5 minutes later. Against Middle Tennessee, she scored the game's only goal in the 73rd minute for her 4th career game winner. Our defensive player of the week goes to Lindsay Reed, senior at Tennessee Tech. Reed anchored the Golden Eagles' defense that only gave up 1 goal in 200 minutes of action against Louisiana Tech and New Mexico State. She helped hold Louisiana Tech to just 3 shots on goal while limiting New Mexico State to just 6. We have co-goalkeepers of the week, Annie Wickett, freshman from Eastern Kentucky, and Katie Blevins, senior of Morehead State. Wickett played 180 minutes in net for Eastern Kentucky. She recorded her first collegiate shutout as Eastern Kentucky blanked UNC Asheville 4-0. She made 5 saves in this game. Blevins played all 180 minutes as the Eagles went 2-0 last week. She had 6 saves and 1 shutout over the 2 matches and allowed only 1 late goal in the 3-1 win over Evansville.
And that's all for this week's OVC Insider. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, where you'll find all you need to know about the OVC.
Come back next week as we continue to follow all the action in the Ohio Valley Conference.